found a stone shaped like a heart in the dirt near Grandma's cart. Kept it in my flannel sleeve like a secret, I believe. Something small to hold on to when the big things break into. Not a fix or grand design, just a touch that feels like mine. There's a feather in my glove box, 10 from the last time I let her in. She said, the sky leaves signs below. I smiled like I didn't know. Something small that doesn't fade, like the echo of what we made. No promises, no glory beams, just truth that lives in little things. It ain't the diamond or the deed that saves you when your soul might bleed. It's one small laugh, a patch of blue that whispers, boy, you'll make it through. Now when the world spins out of grip, I take that stone and let time slip. It ain't much, but feels like grace, like Grandma's hand, like her embrace. Something small to hold on to when all you've got is just you. Didn't ask about my scars or why I flinch beneath the stars. She didn't fill the room with sound, just stayed until I came back round. She gave me silence that healed, not a fix, not a spin on the wheel. She let the quiet do its part, let the stillness stitch my heart. No question sharp, no worried eyes, just simple nods and fireflies. She'd hum some tune with no real name, and somehow peace just softly came. She gave me silence, not advice, no sermon list or sugar spice, just her presence near the flame. And not once did she say my name. It's rare to find a soul so kind who doesn't try to read your mind. She just sat there, held the air, like saying, boy, I'll still be there. I learned that healing ain't so loud. It ain't applause, it ain't a crowd. It's just someone who lets you be and sees the storm but lets you see. sit beneath the cypress row, tell the wind what I don't show. I've lied, I've left, I've let folks down, but here I don't need to drown. The trees don't judge me when I speak. They let me bend, they let me creak. They whisper back in rustling grace, you're more than just your darkest place. I bring my coffee and old sins, lay them down where shade begins, and somehow roots don't pull away. They hold me firm through what I say. The trees don't ask me for the why, they just stand still beneath the sky. And when I cry, they don't retreat, they drop their leaves around my feet. I've seen folks leave when truth gets near, but bark don't flinch and trunks don't fear. So I return with every wrong to sit where I've belonged all along. So if you find me in the woods with trembling hands and busted goods, just know I'm healing where I should, in quiet shade, misunderstood. The trees don't judge me, never will. They teach me how to just be still. I don't hate you, never could, even when you left for good. I held the pain like hands hold rain, knowing storms don't always explain. This is me moving on, not in haste, not in song, just a quiet shift in breath and ground, where your echo ain't so loud. I took your frame off my nightstand, placed it gently near the land, where roses bloom and die again, but always leave a sweeter scent. This is me stepping slow, letting old heartaches go, not erasing, not denying, just done with always trying. I still wish you mornings warm and skies, and eyes that never twist to storm. But I no longer check your street, I found a path beneath my feet. So if you ever ask me how, I smile and nod, I say just now. not to brag, just to be true. I finally found myself without you. This is me moving on at last, with love for you, but from the past. That table by the window pane still holds the sun, still holds the rain. We used to meet at 2:30. Now it just waits, like I still do. And that table's still empty like my chest. No one sits, no one requests. The waitress knows to leave it bare. She nods at me like we both care. We laughed there once, we cried there too, over biscuits, songs, and Sunday blues. You'd steal my fries, I'd fake a pout. God, how I miss those little shouts. That table's still empty, left untouched, like some old frame we love too much. It's just 4 legs and wood and light, but somehow it still feels like night. I could sit there, face it all, but some things ain't meant to fall. I'd rather know it's waiting still than sit alone and lose the will. So I pick a booth 2 rows away and sip my tea, then go my way. But glance real quick before I leave, like saying grace for what I grieve. That table's still empty, and maybe it should. Some love just lives in silent wood.
There was a time I'd curse the glass, call myself names, drink too fast. But now I shave and crack a grin at the man who chose to start again. The man in the mirror ain't mad anymore. He don't punch walls or slam no door. He don't chase ghosts or pick old fights. He just nods and sleeps at night. I let my beard grow last July. Didn't care if folks passed me by. Now I trim it just enough to remind myself that I've been tough. The man in the mirror looks worn and wise, with crow's feet round his quiet eyes. He don't brag and he don't lie. He's just proud, he still tries. Forgiving yourself ain't fast or clean. It's built through tears and nicotine. But one day you see who's looking back, and find a friend in all you lack. So I hang my hat on that cracked frame, whistle soft and say my name. 'Cause now I walk with open doors, and I ain't mad no more. The man in the mirror finally sees the best thing I forgave was me. The man in the mirror finally sees the best thing I forgave was me. Two chairs by the window face the field, where time moves slow and hearts get healed. She reads in hers, I hum in mine, and somehow that just feels divine. Two chairs, one view, one gentle day. No need for much, no words to say. We've learned to speak with just our hands, and silence builds what love understands. The curtain sways with noon's warm side. She looks at me and I know why. No need to ask, no need to prove. We're rooted deep, we do not move. Two chairs, one breeze, one steady flame. Not every love has to proclaim. Some just sit still and bloom in light,
like flowers growing out of night. We've had storms and coffee spills, but love comes back when the house is still. And peace ain't found in perfect lines, it's in the space where stillness shines. So if you pass and see us there, just know we're saying silent prayers of thanks for all we didn't chase, that brought us to this quiet place. 2 chairs by the window wide, and love that doesn't need to hide.
Walked through rain like it was gold, red umbrella, brave and bold, boots in puddles, grin so wide, like she had lightning in her stride. Her red umbrella still comes back every storm. I see that track of color through a world so gray, and I remember that one day she never stayed, just passed me once, said nice hat and smiled at lunch. I never saw her face again, but Lord, that shade lives in my brain. Her red umbrella, bright and fast, painted hope where shadows passed. And though her name I never knew, she gave me red in the sky so blue. Not all loves are built to last. Some just flash, then drift right past. But some folks shine so pure, so loud, they make your silence feel so proud. Now every time the thunder hums, I pray that girl still softly runs through cities soaked and wild with sky, with her umbrella held up high. Her red umbrella, just one glance, still teaches me how light can dance. She don't wear red, she don't wear lace, but she's got stars behind her face. She don't walk fast, she walks short, like she's been through and found the cure. She's my kind of beautiful, not loud, just unmovable. She don't ask me to explain, she just sits with me in rain. She sings soft to boiling beans, reads old books and knows what lean means. She laughs more than she makes plans, and always holds with open hands. She's my kind of beautiful, no shine, just full and dutiful. She don't dress up, but she glows in ways only the real heart knows. The world calls beauty something slick, but I've learned it's in the small and thick, in patched up jeans and crooked grin, where the truest kind begins. So if you see her passing through with no makeup, no fancy shoes, don't miss the light she carries wide. She's the kind that love won't hide. She's my kind of beautiful, and I thank God for simple, full. Don't miss the light she carries wide, where the truest kind begins. So if you see her passing through with no makeup, no fancy shoes, don't miss the light she carries wide. She's the kind that love won't hide. She's my kind of beautiful, and I thank God for simple fool. I loved her from the second row, behind her braids soft as snow. She never knew, she never guessed, but my heart never gave it rest. I loved her quietly and true, like faded ink on Sunday shoes. She smiled once, and that was all. It built a fire, too scared to call. She dated boys who shined and danced, while I just watched from circumstance. carved her name inside a tree. It grew, she left, but not from me. I loved her quietly, still do, like old rain clings to morning dew. She's someone's wife, I tip my hat and love her still, just not like that. Some hearts never break out loud, they just hum slow beneath the cloud. And when I pray, I say her name, not to have, just to remain. So if you ask what love feels like, it ain't all roses, stars or bikes. Sometimes it's just the way you stay when all the loud has walked away. I loved her quietly for years, with no regrets, just silent tears. There's a board out back, hanging low, been that way since winter snow. Neighbors say you ought to mend, but I just let it sway and bend. The fence I never fixed, don't mind. It leans like me, it takes its time. It's not pretty, but it stands like an old man with gentle hands. Kids still laugh and dogs still bark, even when the post turns dark. Not all cracks need to be tight, some let love sneak in just right. The fence I never fixed still holds, though weather's chipped and paint's gone cold. And every flaw just seems to teach what perfect things can never reach. I've spent years trying to patch my soul, but learned to live with parts not whole. Some stories don't need a new coat, just space to breathe, just time to float. So if you pass and see that gate, don't think it's rust, don't call it late. It's just a piece of me that stays unfixed, beloved, in quiet ways. The fence I never fixed still sings of how we all hold broken things. Love, if you're listening close, I ain't the man who chased you most. I let you go, I looked away, but maybe now I'd let you stay. Love, if you're out there slow and kind, I've made some room, I've cleared my mind. I won't ask much, I won't demand, just maybe reach, take my hand. I've hurt, I've hid, I've pushed too far, I've dreamed with ghosts beneath the stars, but still I wake, and still I try to be a man who won't just cry. Love, if you're near in whisper tones, don't knock too loud, don't break no bones. Just sit beside me, breathe my pace, and maybe fill this empty space. I won't beg, I won't pretend, but I believe in grace again. And if you're real, and if you roam, I've left the porch light on at home. So if you come, come as you are, in denim boots or beat up car, I'll pour the tea, I'll play it slow. Love, if you're listening, just let me know. Love, if you're listening, I'm still here. No longer lost, just quietly clear. I brought the tea, said don't need more if you've got me. We didn't toast, we didn't brag, just let the kettle lift the flag. One spoon, one cup, and not much more, still felt richer than before. And no silver set, no marble floors, just her and I behind one door. We shared a bowl of tomato stew, took turns with bread both torn in two. We didn't count, we didn't claim, just fed each other through the flame. One spoon, one cup, and warm hands near, still fills the fridge with love, not fear. We learned the taste of something true, when all we had was just me and you. Folks folks chase what they don't need, fill cabinets more than mouths to feed. But joy don't come from all you buy, it's who you feed and how you try. Now every night we clink that mug, she winks, I grin, we share one rug. And somehow that's enough for life. One cup, one spoon, one quiet wife. One spoon, one cup, that's how we grew. And I'd take that over gold or new. Don't tell all the things I feel. I let the wind turn every wheel. Not 'cause I'm scared, not 'cause I hide, but 'cause some truth just bloom inside. This is the quiet that I keep, not secrets, just a depth so deep. I walk alone, I love so wide, but I don't always let it ride. She knows my silence means I care. I show my heart through how I stare at every sunrise cup of tea, and all the things she means to me. This is the quiet love can be. No noise, no flames, no guarantee, but every day I show up true, and that's the loudest thing I do. I've chased the storms, I've met the skies, but peace came in a lullaby. Now what I keep ain't locked or lost, it's just too real for shouting cost. So if I go with little sound, no final toast, no trumpet sound, just know I live the life I meant, with words unspoken, love well spent. This is the quiet that I keep, and Lord, it's finally helped me sleep. We never danced in fancy halls, no bouquets tossed, no toast at all. She wears no ring, I sign no line, but she's been mine, and I've been fine. I don't need a wedding song,
belongs. Love ain't loud and vows ain't proof. She's been my always, plain and smooth. We share a truck, we share a cat. Our porch is cracked, I'm fine with that. She brings me soup, I fix her chair, and no one asks what we declare. I don't need a wedding song, we've been right all along. There's more to love than white and gold. Sometimes it's warm, sometimes it's bold. They say forever starts in church, but I've seen forever in her smirk. And when I'm sick, she holds my hand. That's more than music, more than band. So if we never cut a cake or dance in gowns by some big lake, just know we chose the quiet way. And I'd still choose her every day. I don't need a wedding song, she's been my right in every wrong.
There's a patch behind the old tin shed where burned grass still turns hints of red. Grandma used to light the leaves, said let the smoke make space to breathe. That burnt grass smell, it lingers still, like Sunday prayers and windowsills. It takes me back to flannel sleeves and all the things she'd never grieve. She'd hum while stirring stew at noon and whistle low a gospel tune. Her hands were cracked, her voice was soft, but Lord, her truths could shake you off. That burnt grass held her secret ways. The fire cleared her heavy days. She said, what's gone don't need to stay. The smoke will teach you how to pray. Now I lie leaves behind that shed, let memories curl above my head. She's gone, but somehow in the haze I feel her near on autumn days. I teach my boy to strike the match and not to flinch when embers catch. He laughs like I once did back then. Grandma laughs
folks remain, and scent in smoke and fall time rain.
I walk back in like time stood still. Same creaky door, same windowsill. The waitress smiled, but not the same. She didn't know your coffee name. That corner table in 98 still holds the ghost of our first date. Your laughter danced across that wall. Now it's just echoes, that's all. The jukebox played a faded tune, the kind we'd hum on Sunday noon. I sat alone, 2 cups, 1 heart, pretending we were never apart. That corner table in 98, where young love learned to hesitate, where you once said we'll be just fine. Now only silence sips the wine. They say don't go where memories stay, but some goodbyes won't fade away. I didn't come to chase the past, just needed proof it once could last. I paid my bill and tipped too much, still left your napkin there untouched. 1 chair pushed in, 1 pulled aside, just like the night you said goodbye. That corner table's just wood and nail, but love still lingers in details.
I've lost some hair, gained some lines, kept the scars, left some signs. But most days now I feel okay with who I am and what I say. Still here, still me, not quite wild, but halfway free. I don't chase, I don't compete, I let the grass grow round my feet. I still drive that rusty Ford, sing old songs, fix the board. My hands are rough, my back complains, but Lord, I'd live this life again. Still here, still slow, watching fireflies come and go. I don't need to make a scene, peace feels loud at 17. I used to fight what wouldn't change, but now I smile at rearranged.
world spins fast, I sit and grin, 'cause I found stillness deep within. So if you pass this old dirt lane and see a man in porch light rain, wave hello, don't ask me why. I'm just out here living dry. Still here, still me, and I like the man I came to be.
Never asked what broke my heart, just showed up with a truck that start. Dropped 2 cold beers on my porch rail, said we don't need to talk, just exhale. The friend who brought beer but never advice, didn't quote books or Jesus Christ. He just sat down, let silence roll, like someone who knew how to hold a soul. He'd nod if I began to speak, but never dug too hard or deep. Just cracked a joke, then looked ahead, like saying, boy, you're not quite dead. The friend who showed up said not much, but somehow gave the softest touch. I healed more with his quiet grin than all the preachers preaching sin. Some wounds don't need talking through, just someone who'll sit next to you. Not to solve, not to explain, but to say you're not insane. He left that night with a wave and dust, never said call or learn to trust. But I slept whole for the first time, 'cause some friends heal without a sign. The friend who brought beer and not a word still speaks loudest I ever heard. rust on railroad track. Keys still hang behind the door. I haven't touched them since he swore. This truck won't run, but it still stands like steady hands on shifting lands. So I leave it there under pine. That's how he taught me to hold the line. The windshield cracked, the seats all torn.